Welcome to another episode of Ruggers. From Schoolboy Rugby, alive, well. We had some brilliant rugby at the festivals. Noordside started the whole thing. We had the Glenwood Festival, Wynberg Festival, Great PE Festival. The action was absolutely brilliant over in PE or in Geberka or what?
Yeah.
Donnie Gerberstad.
Yeah.
All over, but this week the real action starts. Although in 2 weeks' time we have St. John's, but the coming weekend there's some
big games.
Big games. So what we're going to do, every week we're going to take 5 or 6 games and then an invitation to those smaller schools. Contact me. I would love to do a thing about your school, your rugby program, and introduce your school and the efforts that you put into your rugby program to our public. But the first big game, Grey PE, Paul Roos.
Definitely Paul Roos. We saw Paul Roos in action at Noordside, and they went down 18-25 against Affies, tightly contested match. And then also went down to help Mekaar 23-30.
Yeah,
but
that was
again,
a bit of a surprise, no?
Yes, no, we expected Paul Roos to take that one, but then again, take nothing away from help Mekaar. But Paul Roos is definitely in the game, if I want to put it to you this way, for the season. A team to be watched, yeah.
They play a very fast game, very attacking game. Their defensive, their defenses, so they play a quick game.
Definitely.
A Transvaal game, or what do they call themselves? Lions game. But their scores are much closer than the Lions Curriculum game, yeah.
Well, Grey PE on the other hand, Brandwag, they beat Brandwag 31-27. They've beaten Sachs 41-9, which is quite surprising, to be honest. And then 22 beating Kes 22-18.
Yeah, I watched the game between Grey and Brandwag. That was at the Graham Festival, and I was a bit, and I must be careful. I know Kobus at Waterkloof used my video to psych his players of Waterkloof. I was a bit disappointed still, because Robbie Kempson is now there, and I don't know, I expected a little bit more. Grey PE not as strong as previous years. So I personally think this could be the match of the weekend.
But we'll debate that one. We'll get there.
All right, the second game, Grey College versus Outeniqua. The mighty Grey. Francois, Grey College runs you off your feet and everything.
With every single player on the field. The prop
capable
runs as well as the fullback.
They're all capable, but, and Outeniqua, you must listen now. Stellenberg showed everybody how to beat Grey College. Being in their face and tackle the living
daylights.
Is that the nice word, daylight? I had that S word in mind. Yeah. Out of them, putting them under pressure. And that's how you beat. I personally think this year competition is much closer than everybody thought we will be. But Outeniqua on that side, they had a good win against Boland Landbou, 18-15. Selborne, a very good 47. They ran them off their feet. And then they lost to Bishops, the mighty Bishops, 20-31.
Yeah.
Now Bishops has got a big backup forwards, apparently dominated them up front. Outeniqua, well, that's a centenary year is next year, so they're building. There's a lot of under 17 players apparently, but they like to spread the ball. And I think that's the mistake they're going to make against Grey College. You can't run. Mind you, Waterkloof did very well.
No.
I think if Grey College, Waterkloof had a brilliant game against Grey College. They ran at them and no defence by both of the two sides. So yeah. And Grey College had 64-15 against Welkom Gym, played them off the field, 86-0 against Dyneveld, 43-27 against Stellenberg. That score
belies the closeness of that match.
Yeah, Stellenberg much. Well, if Grey were in 43, Stellenberg in 42.
Yeah.
It was a much closer score than what the score suggested. And then 57-37 against Waterkloof.
No,
94 points in 70 minutes of rugby.
So what I want to point out here, which I'm sure the Grey coaching staff is concerned about, well, I would assume, is that they've conceded 37 or 31 points, 30 against Waterkloof, and they conceded 27 against Stellenberg. I mean, that is not really acceptable for top tier team.
If you win,
you win, yes, but still, yeah, I don't know, just an opinion.
So you want to be Grey College? Easy. Tackling, forward, play, make the game tight. Mind you, the players are good enough. Huh?
Yeah, no. Anyway.
All right, next game.
Maritzburg against Pretoria Boys High.
Mighty Maritzburg, a lot of been said. There's a lot of solid green players in the backline of Maritzburg College. Apparently, brilliant boys playing there. But their start for the season wasn't that spectacular. They won 45-7 against St. Charles, 63-7 against Figart Park, and 47-13 against Lichtbron.
Yeah.
Now, if you don't know these schools, that explains exactly why I'm saying not a very exciting start to it, a very slow start to the season. I know they played in that night series, Voortrekker night series in Maritzburg, won those games and everything, but I personally think, although Pretoria Boys haven't won one game, they lost 0-31 to Garcies, 10-16 to Jeppe, and 13-20 to Nelspruit.
But tougher competition to start the season. Yeah.
And Paul Anthony. So that should also be the game if you're in KwaZulu-Natal and you're close to Maritzburg College. If you're not close to Maritzburg College, still drive there. I think that'll be it.
Well, it's going to be worth it.
A brilliant day to the Afrikaans people. You won't understand a lot what's going on there, but the rugby will be absolutely brilliant.
Yeah. Okay, well, here's my game for the week.
Well, I'm invited, so I don't know are you coming with?
Gladly. It's Garcies against Office, the first match of the newly coined Pretoria Cup, if we may say so. And judging by the performance of these two teams during the recent Noord-Suid, it's two big hitters for this coming season, so very much looking forward to it. Garsfontein beating Drosdey 67-0. HTS Drosdey, and then the biggest game probably for them was drawing against Pearl Boys High. 19-all, which no one expected. So yeah, Garcies. But we said this, Carl, from end of last year already. Garcies is a team to watch this year. Dangerous backline, backed up by a solid forward pack.
Very good pack of forwards.
Yeah,
brilliantly coached, and I think condition-wise at this stage, the best conditioned side in South Africa of what I've seen, and I think my match count stands at 42 games. So definitely the best conditioned team.
And they will slow poison you. They kept Boys High pinned in their half for 21 minutes in the second half. But Boys High solid defence saved them at the end of the day. But yeah, Office on the other hand, again, Office is back, as we've said before in our previous match reports. They beat Dyneveld 40-3. Sorry, Diamantveld.
Sorry, it's my writing. Yeah.
40-3. And then beating Helpmekaar 21-14, which was a tight game.
Might I add, that was struggling performances still.
Yeah.
Up to that stage. Helpmekaar, they did not impress me.
Yeah, and then Helpmekaar, I think they lost, 7 of their own line-out throw-ins, which they definitely improved on by the third game, which was Paul Roos. They beat Paul Roos 24-18 at Noord-Suid, and then there we could see the teams back on track, definitely. And then demolishing Durbanville 73-6, which was the last match of the Noord-Suid. So
and beating Paul Roos 24-18.
Yeah,
a brilliant match. That was when Affie showed that the Affie guts is back, and we have Office.
And I must add as well, each player on the field plays his heart out, and mobile, and if Garcies are going to give them gaps, they're going to get punished. But that being said, looking forward to that match.
Yeah, Garsfontein is playing a similar game to Grey College, Waterkloof, running you off your feet, brilliant. That back three of them is absolutely brilliant on attack. A lot of people blamed me why I didn't include a fullback in my team of the Noordside Festival. I would put him under pressure. I would give high kicks and everything on him. I'd like to see him tested. Those two wings are lightning fast, brilliant centers that fly half of Garsfontein. He's got nice soft hands and everything. They've got good forwards. That lock impressed me a lot. So really 15 boys that can play the game.
Yeah.
Once again, Paul Boys High attacked him, closed the game down, and that's how Paul Boys High salvaged a draw. And I'll call it salvage a draw because according to me, if it was not for the game plan of Paul Boys High, they would have lost by quite a margin.
Yeah.
Office, on the other hand, they impressed me against Durbanville because 73-6, once or twice, everybody wanted to score a try. They kept into their structures. They played a structured game at speed. Don't see a structured game as a slow game. At speed, they played a structured game. They knew exactly when to go to the ground, set up a next phase, and from there attack again. And that impressed me from Office. But we'll have to see. They showed signs of that against Polroos. They showed a commitment for the jersey and everything against Polroos. Durbanville a lot easier, but Durbanville got rid of Helpmekaar.
Yeah, that's the funny thing. You know, there were some interesting results on Northside. So,
but it will be a major clash. Go to Garsfontein 4:30 on a Saturday morning, because if you get there by 6 o'clock,
you won't get space.
You won't get space.
Yeah, and I think game plans at the end of the day is going to be interesting to see, because that's going to be the deciding factor.
Yeah, two brilliant coaches. I mean, that'll be quite interesting. Because obviously they studied those two teams right through, so it will see what the coaches come from.
Yeah.
But the biggest game for the weekend for me.
Yeah, and then but wait, it gets better. Boys High against Oakdale.
Yeah, I think Boys High.
Boys High, I must add. Yeah.
Yeah. There's only one Boys High.
Yeah.
And you spell it B-O-I-S High.
Yeah. But for the viewers that.
But you guys at Paulgym, that's the team on the other side of the dorp with the blue and white stripes.
The dodgy side of the town.
That you frequently lose to. The first game they drew to Garsfontein. No, that was the second. The first one they properly got rid of Menlo Park 31-6, and the second one they drew against Garsfontein. Shaun Erasmus, coach there, he knew exactly. Their defense was brilliant and solid.
Definitely.
Any other team, bar Paul Boys High, would have conceded 50 points against Garsfontein on that evening.
Yeah. And Paul Boys High is still the school for me that has the ability to turn the ball under pressure when it matters. And that's part of the defensive plan.
Yeah, so. not brilliant players. I think the front row surprised me. They did quite well, very well in the scrums and everything. But there's no superstars in the team, and that's maybe what's really making them such a good team, because the boys are playing for each other. They realize if they don't play for each other, they're going to lose 90% of the games.
Yeah.
Oakdale, on the other hand, big forwards, big running backs, exciting rugby. They played against, geez, my handwriting is bad. What's that one?
It's yeah.
Okay, they won the first game 26-5 at the Ege Jansen.
That's it.
26-5 against Ege Jansen, and the second game they lost to Monash 18-41. Why did they lose to Monash? Because of Monash forward onslaught against them in the second half. Paul Boys High are better than Monash up front.
Well, once again, it's going to be tight. It's not definitely going to be tight, and I'm very exciting to see, or waiting to see for this match.
Yeah, so this is the week's 5 big games with the posting of the video. We're posting all the other games. There's about not a lot of games because the Cape is still on school holidays until next week.
Yeah.
And most of the Transvaal or the Gauteng schools or the Noordvaal schools hasn't got fixtures this week because next week is the Easter festivals.
Yeah.
So not many games, but do yourself a favor. There is still more than enough games to go sit next to the rugby field, enjoy it. It's absolutely brilliant. If you sit next to the field, only then you'll realize what we've missed the past 2 years.
Oh, exactly, and Schoolboy Rugby is back and alive and well.
Yeah, like we say, Schoolboy Rugby was first played by schoolboys, and definitely the best when played by schoolboys. That's it. I hope to see you next to the fields on Saturday at Garsfontein.
Cheers.
And I'm going to eat the food of Garsfontein, but I'll definitely not support Garsfontein on Saturday. Have a nice one.
Cheers.